at the moment. So I'll keep commentating anyway because I see. So yeah, as we wait here for the start of the Australian race here, the second to last race of the championship. This is a critical race for Jack. If he wants to walk away as the champion today, he has to. Not only does he have to win the race, he has to beat both Firefly and Martin off the front row. And from fourth, that could be very difficult as they're underway for the formation lap, and it is a calm start from the formation lap as they make their way around, and as they make their way around the lap, we're going at slower racing speeds, of course. Lap 0 of 29 because we've got 29 laps ahead of us around Albert Park, and we just need to thank the wonderful sponsors who do this. I unfortunately haven't got a list of the sponsors, so I'm just going to name them off the top of my head. You've got Mo Push, they are the main sponsor. They are the ones who are making all this possible, but all of them putting their equal parts into it, and it's why we race for them. And the prize winner, the championship winner at the end, will be getting some very special discounts on some very special prizes. We've also got a couple of other sponsors as well, and they'll be appearing on your screen. I apologize for not being able to list them, but I would be able to list them if I had a list to list them off of. Anyway, as Firefly makes his way around the lap, Martin P2, Procan or Altatoy P3, Jack P4, Hump P5, Harwood P6, Jeansy P7, and Kowalski P8, Sven P9, Pixie is just rounding out the top 10 in the last Williams, and KD 11th. Okay. Robertos is 12th. High Caliber, or I should say Veloro, that's it. Veloro, 13th fastest, and Hutton, 14th, and Paulinski. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but that's how I say it from looking at it from first. I apologize if that's wrong, but that's what I'm gonna say from now on. As those are the drivers, and that is the grid formatting. And there you can see the drivers there. And Martin's been disqualified, so he's going to be pushed a little bit further back. That is not going to be good for his start as we watch for the 5 red lights here in Australia for the second to last race. Here we go then. This could be a championship winning race here in F1. Wow. And it's lights out and away we go. And it's a good start from Jack. He might get Martin down towards turn 1. He's on the inside already, heading down towards turn 1. It's Firefly that leads so through the first corner. Procan's gone through into second place, and Martin and Jack are battling for P2 there as Procan almost off the track as Alton Soy makes his way through. There's Harwood in the middle of the field as Hunt trying to just make his way around. GG in P5, he's had a good start as he's on the back of Martin now as Jack fighting with Alton Soy as they make their way up through 6 and up to 7. It looks like everyone's made it through so far, but it's Davis who's kept his lead out in front, and there's Hutton. I said everyone made it through. Apparently they didn't, because Hutton has had a moment. He's taken off his front wing there as Paulinski dropping down the order as well. There goes side by side. That's Pixie sending one up the inside, and there's a crash as Pixie has hit the inside wall. He's managed to keep going, but there was contact there with Pixie and another driver as and there contact. Jeezy's off again. Jeezy's off at turn 9. He's off, and he's got that back going. A chaotic start here in Australia. Jeezy spun at turn 11. I just saw that as I looked up onto my other monitor to see what the leaders were up to, and it was Jeezy going off in the background at the moment there. So a lot of cars making a lot of contact, but I think that was what we saw there was Pixie and Veloro making contact on that first lap as Pixie send it on the inside, but Jeezy, I think he just lost it on his own. I don't know if he had help with it. But as we move away onto lap 2, the drivers who are injured from the first lap, who have damage to their car, will come into the pit lane, and they'll make their way down through They will drop down the order as there's a yellow flag at turn 1, and it's high. It's Villoro's facing the wrong way. Villoro, or otherwise known as High Caliber, got the step up in there. Look at that. That is. I need to calm down here for a second because I thought that was Aldensoy going for the lead on Davis. It wasn't. It was Pixie on Polinsky. I got excited over nothing. I thought it was Aldensoy. I just took a glance at the manager, and that's Villoro. Villoro's out of the race. Villoro's out of the race, and we have a virtual safety car deployed for me to just catch my breath here. As Villoro is out, he's facing the wrong way at turn 4. So that is not good for his race. His first race for Ferrari, and he's out of it. Well, the first race that we know of for Ferrari, and he is out of it. And let's just have a quick pause. I know, just calm down for a second. I got way too excited there when I thought it was Aldensoy taking the lead from Davis. It wasn't. It was just similarly coloured cars. Oh, a little pause here for a chaotic first 2 laps here in Australia, which has seen a lot of cars pitting for damage. You can see Pixie is coming to the pits as well. But it sees High Caliber or Villoro out of the race on the first lap. He spun it at turn 2 and then he got it going again. And I think he's spun it at turn 3 once more. And that's been an even costlier spin for him as we're back to green flag racing conditions as Pixie's coming for a pit stop. DRS is enabled. And we're underway. Firefly ahead of Aldensoy in second place. If Aldensoy can hold on to the second place, he will be very, very happy indeed. As yellow in sector 1, and it's Robertos who's dropping down the order, and there he is, the other Ferrari driver. So Ferrari not having a great race in the land down under. But as we look back out in front, Aldensoy has closed up to the back of Davis there, and the number 19 Alpha Tauri is coming under pressure from Procan, the number 68 Alpine, I believe. Is he going to have a lunge up the inside? Oh, he is, and there's contact, and Davis is round, and he's blocking the track, and there's been a big accident there, as that's Davis who's round. Jack may have hit them as well, I'm not sure, but it's Fowler. No, it's not Fowler. It's Kowalski in the lead from Hunt. Then Jack is in third place. So in a swing, literally a swing of one car, and the whole race has just changed complexions because Kolinski is in, and Martin's got a 5-second penalty. So it was Martin hitting the back of him time. It was Martin smashing into the back of the 2 there. You saw it was big contact out there, and there was absolute carnage down there on the exit of turn 12. So Australia, once again, the pendulum swings one way in the championship because Jack's now ahead. So if it finished like this, and Firefly's left the session, that's massive for his championship. So if it was to finish like this, Jack would be champion at the end of this. I think he'd be champion anyway. As Hutton is facing the wrong way out of the final corner. And so Jeansy's just in the fastest lap of the race at 1:21.8 as we see there. That is Kowalski, or Iron Law Gamer as he's known, or Fowler as he appears on your screen. Okay, so anyway, so as he makes his way through turn 10 and 11, he is the leader for Aston Martin now, and Hunt is in second place. PSC Hunt in second place. He'll be chasing him down. So this is a really chaotic race because it's just swung one way and then it swings back the other way. Once you just think it's going your way, and boom, you've been hit on the rear. And I'm very surprised Procan is still running after that big hit in the rear and the front, because he hit, well, it wasn't really a big hit on the front, but you saw him hit the back there. But as they make their way down the front straight, it is almost a second margin from Kowalski to Hunt as they make their way out of turn 1-2. GZ putting in the fastest lap once more here in Albert Park. Make the way up towards turn 3, and now Jack behind. If you are in Jack's position, are you looking to make your way past these two, just sort of cut through this like a hot knife through butter, and then make your way up the order to see Hunt there going a little bit wider than he would have wanted through turn 6 there, and Kowalski makes his way down the back straight once more, down towards turn 9 and 10, or turn 10 and 11, I should say. Sorry. And the Aston Martin driver, who has sort of trundled his way around the midfield this season, finds himself leading a race for possibly the first time in his career, as Davis is dropping down the order. Davis is dropping down the order. What has happened to Davis? He has left the session once more, so I think he's dropped back behind that gaggle of cars, and it goes from bad to worse for the Pulsar to spin around, and now disconnection and internet problems are costing him, well, what little very chance he had of victory after the spin. He could have clawed it back, but now he's in 9th place, and I can highly doubt that he would come through the pack and win. But this is Formula One. I shouldn't doubt anyone, because what do I know, eh? As we see, that's Martin making his way through turn 14, sorry, into turn 15, down to turn 16 on the circuit. He'll be just looking to sort of recover his race, go back up into the points. He isn't really in the championship hunt as he makes his way down to turn 1. It's the fastest lap from Martin at 1:21.512. So a good lap there from Martin, showing his early pace here. So it's not over yet for Martin, as Jeansy Boy and Pixie making their way into turn 1. Jeansy Boy just made up the position on Pixie for P12. And as they all calm down now, Robertos has just got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, as it all dies down now here in Australia, and they're all calming down just for a little bit. So we're in the eye of the storm now, I guess you could say, here in Australia, as it's been a chaotic Tier 2 race now, as Kowalski makes his way through. The leaders making their way through, as right behind him, Hunt chasing him down, but behind them, chasing both of them down, is Jack, who is right on the back of the Haas there. As you saw him closing up through those corners. Are we about to see some racing action? Riding on board with Jack now, the championship leader, the man who's looking to win the championship today. All he has to do is just finish ahead of Firefly, really. That's all he has to do. And with Davis out of the points, he is looking like the championship favorite. Well, Davis is in 9th place, but he's looking like he can win the championship right now, right here, right now, if he can hold it together. All he needs to do is just have a clean race, and I think he knows that, because he's not going to take any huge risks, anything big. And that is Hutton, sorry, out of turn 11. He has spun it at the exit of turn 11, and the Alfa Romeo has gone around once more. That is very unfortunate for Hutton's race, as Pixie gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. As there is Harwood. Harwood, P4 in all this. He has stayed in P4 for the entire race. He's just not moved. He just avoided the carnage, and he just hasn't moved off his grid position. I'm just convinced about that. He's just stayed there, and that's quite impressive to do when there's been that much carnage in that little time. It is a crazy one here, and Harwood, of course, just up the road are the leaders, so he is looking at a podium position now as they make their way onto the front straight once more. There are the leaders. Kowalski, Hunt and Jack are the 3 at the front, who are travelling a lot faster at the moment. 2 seconds is the gap between Jack and Harwood. That's not saying that anyone is slow by any means, just saying that they are exceptionally fast today, because they had the gap when the incident happened that gave these 3 the lead, the top 3 positions, I should say, in the lead. And Robertos has just come in, and 5-second penalty for Robertos for speeding in the pit lane. I apologise if you hear that. And Martin, fastest lap once more, 1:20. A fast lap there, considering the last fastest lap was a 1:22. So Martin's showing his pace around this circuit, and he's already up to 10th place at the moment. However, down the back straight, it closes up once more in the race, for the race lead, as Jack really closing up to the back of the 2 in front of him. And Hunt, well, they'll be looking to make moves any moment now, because Kowalski is tardily going off surely soon. But him being the leader, his tires will be going off even quicker, so he hasn't got that benefit when he slips from anything. And Jack right on the back of the car behind him. Martin, 3-second time penalty once more for multiple warnings, but back to the front. It is Jack in the Red Bull chasing down these 2 for victory. There's no way of beating around the bush. And he is chasing him down for the lead of the race, as he's very fast at the back of Hunt there. You can see riding on board with the Haas as they make their way through. Is Jack going to dive up the inside at 3? No, he's not. He just had a little look to put the mind games on Hunt. And he's right there, though. He is right there. Can he Well, he's not going to try for it. He's just going to want to be sensible here. But here he goes. He's going to try up the inside into turn 6. He's going to go for it. Yes, he is. Through goes Jack on Hunt, and he's got the position ahead of the Haas. Up to second place goes Jack with a fantastic move to the inside. He had the racing room, and that's because that corner has been widened, and he had the room, he had the speed, and he's got the position. Once again, Martin, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. It just feels like I'm saying the same thing over and over again. But I promise you I'm not. He has got combined... sorry. He's got combined 11 seconds worth of time penalties. I assume it's for track limits. I mean, when they say warning, breaching track limits. But at the moment, it is Kowalski out in front. It's Jack now in P2 from Hunt. So Hunt now, is he going to drop back from Jack now? And he's going to come under pressure from Harwood. We're on lap 10 of the Australian Grand Prix. Don't go anywhere because this is going to be a phenomenal race. It's been a chaotic race, but it's going to be an even tenser finish because Jack is closing up to the back of the driver who is directly in front of him for the race, Kowalski. And if he can win this race, he will be the champion. As Davis, has made his way up to 8th place. He is sitting in it. So your order at the end of lap 10, Kowalski, Jack, Hunt, Harwood, Altensoy, Sven, KD, Davis, Paulinski, Martin, top 10, and just outside the top 10 is Jeansy, Pixie, Robertos, Hutton, and out of the race is Valoro in the Ferrari. So it's not a good race for Ferrari as they fill out the last positions. They're not filling out any points position, but hopefully they can turn it around. Robertos can hopefully carve his way through the two in front of him to make his way up to P2. However, they'll be wanting to defend that one. However, back in front, it is Kowalski out in front from Jack at the moment in this Australian race. And Hunt, I was talking about Hunt maybe dropping back, but he's actually stuck with them as Harwood getting a swapper on at the final corner. I don't know if you saw that, but he got a massive swap of oversteer on, and he had a lot of skill needed to avoid going into the wall, but he's under pressure from Altensoy now as they head down towards turn 3. Jack closing up for the lead. Altensoy closing up for 4th as they make their way into turn 3. They're using every inch of the road. They're getting so close. Martin, another 3-second time penalty for Martin, is going from bad to worse for the Alpha Tauri driver, who cannot get any luck today because he's just dropping further and further. He'll just drop further and further down the order. He's got about 14 seconds worth of time penalties here today in Albert Park, and you just got to wonder, when is it going to end for him? It has to end soon, surely, for him. And for track limits, so he's got to learn. But there's on board Altensoy. He's chasing down Harwood for 4th place. Now as he closes right up to the back of him, and that is where we saw the race change hands quite dramatically, with Davis going around, and Davis, he'll be seething at that one. As Jack, I think they know that Jack can win the championship, and of course with Davis in 8th, Jack, at the moment, as it stands, Jack will be champion out in front, because Davis, he's not getting too many points down there for 8th place. He's getting 4 points for 8th, I believe. Someone might want to fact check me on that in the Twitch chat at the moment. But for 4th place, not for 4th place, as Martin has got past Paulinski at the moment, and he's made it, and he's making his way up the order. And as I was talking about Davis scoring points, he's gone up to 7th. So now he's going to get 7 points for 7th, I want to say, but I'm not sure. Can always be wrong. Commentators can often be wrong. As there is the man who I was just talking about. There's Davis. He who is now finding himself in a bit of a Mercedes sandwich at the moment, as he's just got past KD, and Luigi Fenni's up the road, but he's a long way up the road actually, and he's finding himself up there. And we've got a yellow flag in Sector 1, and bow for the lead. Jack is going around the outside of Paulinski, and he's trying everything he can to try and get past him. He saw an opportunity, he saw a gap on the outside of the Aston Martin, and the Red Bull tried to force his way through, on the outside, but he's going into the pits. Jack is coming in, so he's the first one to blink out of these front runners. I was wondering when they come in. I was going to talk about it now, actually, but Jack has set them all off. So this is going to... How many is this going to set off? What's the stop time? 2.2 seconds for Jack as he comes back out into the pit lane. He'll come out into the race. Where will he come out? He'll be behind both Aston Martins. Fastest lap for Martin, 1:20.5. And there are the two Alpha Tauris. Line astern as they make their way down towards turn 3. Are the Alpha Tauris going to do battle? Yes, they are. There goes Martin up the inside of Davis, and Davis is not going to want to let his teammate through like that. He tries to have a look up towards turn 4, but Martin is back through on Davis now. So as he makes his way down towards turn number 6 now, this is where Jack took second place, and Jack now running down in 10th place. That's because he's pitted. And we have a yellow flag in sector 3, and I believe that's at the final corner. And I believe one of the cars at the back has gone round. Maybe I'm not sure what I was going to say there, but at the moment there is there's Hunt at the front, so he's closed back up towards his leading compatriot there in the number 30 Aston Martin. For Kowalski, and we've got a stopped McLaren on track as they both come into the pits. Sorry, I wasn't looking at they both come into the pits just as we've got a stopped car on track. A lot of cars are coming. Harwood into the lead, Hunt in, and I think there was contact as they came into pit entry. I'm sorry, there's too much going on in this race. There was a stopped McLaren out on circuit, and I thought anyway, so it's Hunt who's come out behind Paulinski there. Not Paulinski. Kowalski come behind Paulinski, and Hunt just behind him. Hunt's dropped behind Jack. Can Jack now, as it's now all calm? Well, it's not calm because just out of the pit lane, but it's all back to normal. Out in front, Jack is right on the back of Paulinski. This is for the net race lead, so if he can take this will be mighty impressive. Down towards turn 6, Kowalski knows it. He covers off that inside advantage. So Jack just wants to play it sensible. He just wants to get the pass done where he knows he can. He's closing right up to the back of the Aston Martin. He's surely not going to try it. Down towards turn 10 and 11. He's closing, looking to the outside. Can he try a manoeuvre around the outside? He cowed because he's not that far enough ahead. Yellow flag just ahead of these two you saw there on the marshal's post. Down towards turn 12. He's going to try it on the inside. He's going to take the lead on the inside onto the brakes. Paulinski's going to try and hold him out. Kowalski, sorry, he's going to try and hold him out. I'm getting the two confused. But Jack is into the lead of the race. He's into the net lead of the race. And once the other cars are pit out in front, it's going to be Jack with a clear road ahead of him if he can hold on at the moment. As Paulinski's come in and ST Plays, or KD, has also come in from Mercedes at the moment, but as they make their way down the front straight, Jack has already pulled a big advantage on Kowalski now as we see KD going back into the race, and Jeansy is out of the race. Jeansy is out of it, and the safety car is out. The full safety car is out, and that is disaster if you are one of the cars that just pitted like KD, because that is going to set all of them off. And at the front, Harwood has just found himself in a very nice situation out in front. So has Luigi, so has Davis and Martin, because they pitted early, or they haven't pitted, have they? I'm not sure. I'm losing it here. And Jack is right there on him as I just quickly look to see if they have stopped or not. No, they haven't. Martin has, but Firefly or Davis hasn't. This is going to blow the race wide open, surely, because as the cars come in, well, Martin, he doesn't have to come in, so he can hold up Jack for as long as he wants to help his teammate. Surely as Harwood, he surely has to come in. He'll be crazy not to come in. He will be absolutely mad not to come into this lap. And there is Davis. We could have a genuine championship battle on here, because Jack can walk away with the championship today, as I've mentioned many times, if he just outscores Davis by, I can't remember how many points it was, but if he outscores him in general, if he just comes ahead of him. So there we go. The cars out the front have pitted. As Luigi's pitted, Harwood's pitted. Are they all going to come out ahead? Can Harwood take the lead here in an unexpected twist? here in Albert Park. Is Harwood going to be in the lead? He is, you know, because he's out a clear way ahead. And and that's interesting because Davis is behind. Oh, Davis is a long way behind Jack. He's got a few there's carnage at the mid corner. As there, Kowalski spun. Davis has spun it as well, and Altuso getting caught up in it all. So even more chaos here in Albert Park behind the safety car, as a load of cars making contact there, as they all just try and formate an order. I think that was Davis going back onto the racing line. He wanted to make up the most positions possible, but Harwood and Sven, Luigi Sven is second. Will Harwood is leading the Australian Grand Prix for Alfa Romeo behind the safety car. Wow, this race has just turned on its head. We have had multiple race leaders here. We've had Davis, we've had Martin, I think we've had Jack, and now we had Kowalski for a little bit, and now we've got Harwood in the lead. As yeah, so it's crazy. So the order in the safety car, under the safety car, is Harwood, Sven, Martin, Jack, Kowalski, Hunt, Altensoy, Davis, Polinsky, KD, and Robertos in the just outside the points position. Pixie and Hutton is the final car in the race. Unfortunately, he hasn't found much luck today around Australia. And last but not least are the two DNF cars, Jeansy Boy and High Caliber or Veloro. And well, let's take a pause, shall we, underneath the safety car. This has been a mad one, and it's even more mad because there's contact behind the safety car. That's Martin going into the back of Luigi. Boy, slow it down out here, please. For everyone's sake, there goes a car shooting down the pit lane. That is Pro Can or Altensoy. Please, everyone, let's just take a pause here. It's the safety car. It should be course neutralised. My word, this has been an absolutely manic motor race. And I mean, the safety car restart, you just know it's going to get even more manicer. I just realised I made up a word there. Manicer is not a word I meant to say. More crazy is what I meant. I don't know. It's not just me that's losing it up here today, I'm sure. As we're behind the safety car. Yeah, so I think the safety car might come in on this lap, or next lap it may come in on this lap, because I think, yeah, the only car out of position is there, Hutton, just going through turn 6 there on your screen. He'll make his way up to the back, so I think it'll be safety car in this lap, probably this lap, at the earliest, latest next lap probably, as we make our way through the back straight. And forgive me for just a second, I'm gonna just take a little pause there. Safety car is in this lap. So the safety car is in. So what is that going to do for the leaders? How is Harwood going to stack them up? Because remember, he's never really been in a position before like this. Harwood leading a race, and he's got Luigi Sven behind him. Luigi Sven, he's led a race before. He knows how to get this done. Harwood, sorry. Will Harwood will be, well, bricking it, is the only phrase I can use. And Hutton gets a 5-second penalty for a collision with Pixie behind the safety car, so that's a long way behind. As here we go, Harwood into the final corner. I think he's gone now, and he's caught Luigi Sven napping by quite a lot, because Martin is right there behind him. Harwood will lead onto the main straight. He's got a clear gap from Luigi Sven, and then behind him, Martin is going to challenge down towards turn 1, and behind him, Jack is going to be desperate to get past Martin. He's going to want to get back up into the lead. He'll be scything that he'll be so angry that he made that move. As they're behind, KD goes through. Robertos goes through as well on the Haas of Polinsky, as they make their way through 2 ghosted cars, wheel to wheel there through 3 and 4, and side by side further back, that's Hutton and Pixie wheel to wheel. Pixie and Hutton side by side through a part of the track. We don't see many cars side by side, and Jack has got Martin. At some point around the lap, Jack has got Martin. It's up to the podium. Jack has got Martin, and I'm sorry, we were focusing on a different battle there at the back. But Jack has got Martin up at the front, so he's got up to P3. That was light work for the Red Bull driver. And Luigi Sven, he is next on Jack's list, but he's got a he's got a long gap to make up to him at the moment as they make their way down the back straight into turn 12. Martin right on the back of Jack there. You can see just how desperate they're getting just by how close they're getting in the braking zone. They're testing everything out here. They are leaving nothing behind, as you can see there. Martin proving my point as he goes over the curb very violently there, as Harwood leading the race. He has now led a green flag lap in Formula One as he makes his way down through turn 1 and 2, followed very closely by Luigi. Then comes Jack in the Red Bull. He is the charging bull here around Albert Park today. Martin is B4. He's just behind him. As they're further back, that's Roberto's wheel to wheel with the ghosted car of Hutton. Not Hutton, sorry. Of Hunt. Hutton is just behind these two in the Alfa Romeo at the moment as they make their way through the twisty section of the track and up underneath the trees, and then braking once more, and through they all go. As yeah, there goes Hutton through on the Haas there, the ghosted Haas. That's light work really, as there goes Hutton once more on another one. He fancies two cars in about the space of about 100 meters there as he gets past both of the ghosted cars there, and Pixie's just got past the Haas as well, and he'll get past Robertos in a moment as they're back up at the front. That's Hutton. Well, not back up at the front. Hutton, yeah, Hutton in 10th there. He is occupying the last points position. He just got past Robertos there, and that is the leading pair of Harwood and Sven. Harwood P1, Hutton P10. Alfa Romeo are having a very, very nice race here today. 10 laps to go, everybody. And don't go anywhere, because these last 10 laps could blow it wide open for the Australian Grand Prix here in Albert Park today. Luigi is on the back. Well, he's not on the back, he's on the back of thin air out there at the moment, as Jack is right behind Luigi. He's just looking in the mirror. So I think Luigi and Hutton, maybe, Harwood, are driving on their mirrors, essentially, because they'll be looking for what Jack's doing behind. Jack, well, it depends on how fast he can come through the field, as Martin, another 3-second time penalty. How many time penalties can this man rack up in the space of this race? But of course, his race control being very unforgiving, I should say, with time penalties and all that, as it's a 20-second time penalty. That is pretty much last in the running order for Martin. That's crazy. It's behind him. The rest of the field all have 5-second and 3-second time penalties. So the end of the race, it could be crazy to see what order they're going to come out in. No one knows, because they're all in one huge line, essentially, as there were the old race leaders of Kowalski and Hunt in the Aston Martin and the Haas car. And there could be a move on down the front straight here as Hunt smells his chance and overtake here on Kowalski. But he's a bit far back for it, I would say. But right behind him is Davis in the in the Alpha Tauri, the Alpha Tauri that was in the race. And here he goes on Hunt. He's going to waste no time at all, and he's going to go right around the outside of the Haas driver and elevates himself up to P6. So he's put himself up there already. What am I on about? As he's put himself up the order in the race, up only one position, but the other position is just ahead of him, and there's the leader, Harwood. 2-second lead on the field. He is checking out at the front here as Harwood makes his way out through turn 9 and 10, turn 11 and 10. And there, look at that. That's a move on further back as yellow in sector 3. What has happened in the third sector as they're side by side down towards turn number 12? As they all go, they're all trying to formate an order in their huge line of cars there. A big gaggle there as they're being led by, I think, this leading group here. Yeah, Kowalski leading that group, and I think being tailed off by KD, the Mercedes there. And Hutton has made his way up past KD into 8th. So he made his way into this little DRS train that has formed down here. As Martin down in P10, the man who started this race on no, he didn't start on pole, did he? Because he was second. In second place, he is down there in the final point position, just occupying that last point, just wanting to get the constructors' points home for AlphaTauri so they can try and extend the drivers today. As Martin makes his way through, that is the Ferrari behind him, and there a pass has occurred on track, and well, Davis has been involved. Oh, there's been an accident there. Davis is off. Davis is off trying to make a pass. That's disaster for Davis once more. It's crazy here in Albert Park because Davis, I think he was trying to make a move on Kowalski, and him and Kowalski have gone dropping down the order because he is now last, and that is exactly what you would have wanted to see if your name is Jack 1 2 3 3 4 4, because he is up there, and they're wheel to wheel. Kowalski side by side, he's missing his front wing. It's absolute crazy out here as Altatoy has made his way up the order, and just to top it off, Martin's got another 3-second time penalty. It's crazy in the mid back there as PSC Hunt trying to make his way through there. KD, sorry, trying to make his way through. Another yellow flag, and Martin's round again. Martin's round. Oh, it's disaster for AlphaTauri at a race that they were on the front row for. That just proves in Formula One it can all be going so well, but through no fault of your own, it's all come crashing down out of their hands. And this dramatic race takes another turn because in the land down under, anything can happen, and that has been proved as Kowalski has served his time penalty, and at the front, Sven is breaking the toe from Jack. Jack could be on for another position here into turn 11 and 10, or 10 and 11 through, and they've got to nail that perfectly because here comes Jack on the back of Sven. These two will know each other from past run-ins with one another in previous series. And Sven just trying to occupy second place. He would love to walk away with second, but Jack would love to walk away with the championship, but he's going to do that anyway because he's in the points position and Davis is not. But Davis has just called his way back. He's now got 1 point on his name at the moment if it were to finish like this, as we're on to lap 24 of 29. It has been a mad Australian Grand Prix, and I'm sorry if my commentary has been all over the place today, but the racing has been all over the place. But Harwood, 3 seconds out in front. Harwood is looking so likely for a first victory today, but we're not going to talk about that because we do not want to jinx it at all. As they're side by side. That's Hutton and Altatoy wheel to wheel for 4th place. This is a battle for a non-podium position, but they make contact and they're both off, and that was almost 3 wide as Hunt trying to make his way through as well, and that's almost contact there. They're almost banging wheels down towards turn 6 there. Altatoy right there behind Hutton now, or ahead of Hutton I should say, as they make their way through. Hutton just trying to make his way through. He's going to try it down towards turn 9 and 10. He's alongside him. Is he going to try anything there? No, surely not. Instead, must prevail as he makes his way through out over the pin perfect point of the track, and now down the long straight. He's got the slipstream advantage. Here comes Hunt. He's going to challenge to the inside. He's going to go through on the inside on Altatoy, but it's gone deep, and he almost spins as he comes back onto the circuit, but Altatoy's back through again, and Hunt is now looking right on the back of these two because he's right there, and he's trying to get through on Hutton, who is desperately trying to pass Altatoy, but Altatoy now has a gap. And now as they come back onto the front straight for lap 25 of this race, Hunt is right on the back of Hutton. 5 laps to go as they make their way down towards turn 1. That was a fantastic battle there as they made their way through. Hutton was just there on Altatoy through locking up the brakes. He just lost it there. As Martin has been lapped now by Harwood. He's been lapped by 2 drivers now, and I think Martin has realised that I mean, 26 seconds worth of time penalties. Yeah, that's a race ruiner for Martin. It is a chaotic race. Davis has made his way up to P9. He's just past Pixie for P9. He's doing everything he can as Kowalski puts in the fastest lap. How about we check into Kowalski now, who was leading this race at one point. He's just put in the fastest lap of the race on old tyres there, on new tyres, sorry, and a new front wing as well, because he was involved in that contact with Davis. And I mean, the whole field is going to be under investigation after this race as Martin spun it again as there. Wow, look at that. That's Hunt pushing Alton Soy essentially around the remaining corners on the racetrack. He's right there on the back of him. Oh, he's going to force him off, is he? No, oh, he's spun, and he's hit the inside wall. Disaster for Hutton here as he tried to pass Alton Soy. Oh, the pit lane is right behind him, so all he has to do is just sort of drive backwards for a couple of seconds, and then he's good. For a new front wing and a quick change of tyres. They'll be out back into the race, but that's Hutton down the order, and drivers have just come up and through the field like absolute carnage. Robertos is currently P7 at the moment for the driver who started last, and Hutton's actually out of the race. So Hutton's out, so I guess that's it for his race then. As back out in front, let's check in on Jack and Sven there. Let's not actually. Let's. Oh no, we're back to the front of the pack. Oh, I'm sorry that. Jack closing in onto Sven, and this must have been a move that he's been building up for the whole race. And here, surely he's right on the back of him, down towards turn 12. He's got the inside line. He's got the speed advantage. He's going to have the brakes, and he's going to go through. But Sven's going to try and hang it out around the outside, but he's going to find nothing but tears out there. But he's going to follow Jack through, and he may line himself up for a move down the front straight now. Is on board with Sven as he makes his way down towards through, and there Martin on the inside. Hello. As they make their way down the back straight, or down the front straight now. Sven has the DRS. 3 laps to go, and this is a genuine battle now. As there's a yellow flag out in front, as out of the race goes Kowalski. Kowalski's out of the race. Kowalski's out now, and that's Kowalski out of it. So as a battle for P2 tenses up, Kowalski drops out of it as well. So we're only going to have 11 cars finish the race out of 15 starts. We're only going to have 11 cars finish the race at the moment if it ended like this. But, and Martin's just retired as well. So scratch that. We're only going to have 10 cars finish this race. So they're all going to be in the points. So this has blown the door wide open for all the drivers currently in the race to score points at the moment. And your order here is Harwood, Jack, Sven, Alton Soy, Hunt, KD, and that's not Martin, it's Robertos actually. Davis, Pixie, and Paulinski at the moment there. And there's Hunt in a P5 at the moment there. He is just looking to just make his way up towards P4 there on Alton Soy as they make their way through there. Oh, and off goes Hunt. Off goes Hunt. Just as I was talking about him, he's gone off the track. And I was looking at the other screen there. That's why I didn't pick up on it if it happened on stream. But, oh, no, he's back up at the... Well. Network issues here in Australia, of course. The land down under being a place known not for its good internet, but anyway, as we make our way on to lap 27 there, you can see there's Davis trying to make the best he can of a disastrous race at the moment out there as Davis, well, he's gone deep there. That's Robertos, the ghosted Ferrari, going deep there. Davis up to P7. He's now got the ST plate ahead of him, and then that's KD, sorry. KD ahead of him. And ahead of that is Hunt and Procan, and then just ahead of that are the podium. So it's not far off for Davis now, because those 3 cars are all together. Those 3 cars are all tightly packed together, and they're all in it to win it now. As we make our way through on lap 28 here, sorry. So and now as they make their way through, and this race has gone flying by, but there has been plenty of action and plenty of drama to keep us entertained for another installment of F1 Wow here on this Sunday afternoon as they make their way down towards turn 12. It has been an absolute chaotic race, and it's not over yet, because as Harwood comes onto the main straight now, 1 lap to go, sponsored by Mode Push, as Harwood is now on the final lap of this race. Jack and Sven are still separated by a gap there, but onto the main straight there, you can see that is Hunt chasing down Antil Soy as they make their way through onto the last lap for them now as they make their way through. And we just need to see as Alton Soy makes his way through the gap to Davis and KD. Davis hasn't got a big gap, so as it stands at the moment, Jack would be the champion at the moment of Tier 2, I believe. I really hope I haven't got this wrong, otherwise I'm going to look like a massive twat in a moment. But as they make their way through the following section of the racetrack, through turn 6, Hunt chasing down Antil Soy as they make their way through. And oh, there, Davis has just got himself another 3-second time penalty. So who knows what they're going to count? P4 to P9. They could come out in any order. They could, because it's going to be absolute carnage with all the time penalties and all the post-race penalties that are going to be applied. It'll be chaos. But the one thing that hasn't been chaos is Harwood's race. A quiet race is all you need to finish here in Albert Park. Harwood is going to come across the line to win the Australian Grand Prix. Harwood wins a race in F1 Wow, and behind Jack finishes P2. And at this moment, if he finishes like this, I believe he will be the champion as they come across the line. There's Anton Soy, P4 across the line, Hunt P5. And we've got to see, where is Firefly going to finish? He's going to finish 7th. And I believe that that means that Jack, Firefly, drops out of P8. Jack is the Tier 2 champion. In my beliefs, he is a Tier 2 champion. Well done on both Harwood and Jack for those phenomenal performances there. But Harwood is a race winner in F1 Wow, and he can celebrate that for a long, long time to come. But the man who will be celebrating the most tonight will be Jack. A terrific victory here today. And I am sure, I've done the maths there, and I'm sure he is champion. I am sure, with one race to go. I mean, points for P8, that's 4 points for P8. It's 18 points. Yeah, he's got to be. There's no other way I can see it. But there, Harwood hits the griddy on the podium. And as he makes his way up onto the top step, it's the trophy. It's the biggest trophy that they can offer to him. The Alfa Romeo team will be delighted with that. Harwood will be delighted. And as the bubbly stuff is sprayed here in Albert Park, everyone, the top 3 can smile. However, those outside the top 4 will not smile here today. But it's Harwood and Jack who are the real winners of today. Harwood is a race winner. Jack is a champion. And their confirmation of the final result, it is Sir with Face from Jack, from Luigi Sven, from Procan, ST Plays, PSC Hunt, Robertos, Firefly, Real Pixie, and the Introvert Guy rounds out the points positions. Just after that, Ironlow, P11. It's all the DNF cars. Ironlow is 11th, McDum 12th, Martin 13th, GT Boy 14th, and High Caliber 15th in the Ferrari. That was an insane race for F1 Wow, and a fantastic day for the league. However, drivers will not be happy. Some drivers will be happy, some drivers won't be happy. But this has been F1 Wow, and we will see you next time out in Monza. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.